that completely then? What did you do?
Like this, it's mounted with like a frame behind it. So this is all it was inside of it.
Wow. Amazing. Now, is that our power strip? Does that walk?
No,
That's ours. Would it be easier if we had one?
what I had inside that case was a big one like this.
Yeah.
With bounce. So I'll probably. My goal is to put everything in a case like that. So I'll probably Velcro everything.
Okay.
How's your summer?
Pretty good.
Good? Coming in, it's good.
How are you?
Good, how are you? Yeah. You know, I knew it was coming. It's just a matter of time. It's been coming for 2 years. I said if we didn't know it was coming on July 2nd, in October was when the first guy pleaded guilty and identified, he was like public person number 3. It's like, it's coming. It's just, I can't believe it's taken this long.
What's it like in the hallways?
Since I'm up on the 5th floor, a lot of people don't come visiting in the 5th floor anyway. So, do my job and see what happens.
So all we did was I already said unless there's a change, I put it in. Okay, so okay. What are you going to do with Jackson? Are you going to announce the freshman? We're going to take over this one last year. Get my stuff out. So we couldn't do anything. Jared took everything that any our website. We're doing, as far as SailOnSports.com, they couldn't have anything else in the terminals that we had with the banner and stuff.
How comes?
Advertising and canceled.
Oh, okay.
So,
All right.
I expected them to put one of the signs that we were posted that like they were okay, but they didn't. But I don't know. I just pronounce his name, so it's good.
It's Trematosi, Tazi, I'll find out. Yeah, I remember.
Chip Kastner and Frank Leitner, if you are in the building, it's time to get to work. And one quick reminder, our food stand is open. There's
Oh, they got the best of the best on the side. And you too. I mean, this
How are you?
on some weight. You're bulking up. Charlie, then you.
I'll hand it to you.
Charlie!
There is. Got it? Moving, Tyler, we're moving.
He's sliding, stand up, Tyler. He's sliding, stand up.
Head up, head up. Tyler, head up.
Tyler, touch base, he's sliding, stand up. Head spin, head spin. Tyler, get your right leg out there. Get your right leg out there.
Our three referees for tonight's cancer match. I'd like to thank Chip Castro, Frank Leitner, and Joe Benvenuto for coming out here. And announce the food stand is open. Hot dogs, pork rolls, soft pretzels, nachos with cheese, candy, chips, soda, Gatorade, and water up at the food stand.
That would be on top. You got a water. Would you like the water on the
No thanks.
I was just going
Back out, back out! Go on the hook! Right on the hook! There you go, right there! Right. We're good, go good, go good! Don't stay there! Finish it now, Sean, finish it! Look up!
Now wrestling for Washington, Walker Heller. For Phillipsburg, James Day. James Day winner by fall, 17 seconds. Washington, Noah Napoli. For Phillipsburg, Caleb Rivera.
Protect yourself. Look forward. Look forward. Look forward. In the hole.
After one period, we are scoreless.
All right, head up and moving. Head up and movement. Constant motion, Noah. it in there.
So I think Ronda Louise told me
All the way out. Head fight, you're out. Hold it out. No emotion. Control his hands and move.
After 2 periods, we are scoreless.
Go forward. Go. Now build space.
Phillipsburg, Rivera wins by decision, 2-0. Now wrestling for Washington, Cody Miller. For Phillipsburg, Holden Garcia.
Attaboy. Good job. Mike. Out of time.
For 1 period, Holden Garcia leads 5-2.
Don't stop there, Greg. Don't stop.
seconds. Now wrestling for Washington, Thomas O'Neill. And for Phillipsburg, Joey Indian Amarado.
Now, how many years ago did you start? This is the sixth year of this particular event.
Yeah, so this is the longest one.
Head snap, guys. Shot. Go hard snap. Turn it stop. Move down and right back.
Now, this is not just in New Jersey.
No, this is nationwide.
Okay.
So the way we reach, obviously I don't go to a lot of
You're outside.
that's
Watch. Watch slide by here. Be shot. Good. Do it. Let go. Elbow down. Over,
For one period, Mr. Northern.
he has an underhook. You play for him. Drop, kid.
there is a team and I guess it's high school, so they kind of mimic what they do here. But they do in Texas, same thing they put outside. I did have a long term.
Two periods. Joey Indian Amarado leads 3-0.
Well, that's what we're doing. Trickle down effect. So we're going big like right off the bat. They wanted to do something last year, except we just backed off the ball.
Get off your hip. Get off your hip. It's your brain. You
They lost to Westchester, I think, and then they were like 8-0. Did you wrestle there?
I wrestled there, yeah, Stockton wrestled there my freshman year. After that, it was tough for me. I was kind of late.
Phillipsburg, Joey, and Nick Alvarado wins by decision, 3-0. Now wrestling for Washington, Stephen Crawford, and for Phillipsburg, Matt D'Onofrio.
What is this?
StatelinderSports.com. I thought everybody was.
Yeah, I guess not. I know. Believe me, my dad found out. He usually comes to the same coverage here. And he finds out. Well, if you think you should be the NBA, they're the best guys ever.
Head up, keep moving. Heel that hand, heel the way. Hey, you gotta keep moving with it.
And somehow Jeff knows my sister.
You can't stop, baby.
That's how I go.
Okay. Well, he knows a lot of people. It's not always a good thing, but apparently it is what it is. Did you graduate from Phillipsburg in 05?
Yes.
So you wrestled in with Camp.
Freshman year, I think.
Head up. Away.
You were,
For one period, Matt D'Onofrio leads 2-0.
Especially when the thing wasn't going your way. Exactly. It was like snowball. Oh, absolutely. I remember my freshman. I think I lost my junior year too. I lost it. It's like they lost it. Oh my gosh. My dad.
Head up, Jaden. Head up and move. Head up and move. Get your mitts, Jaden. Get your belly.
Yeah, I'm speechless.
Actually, we're just
Jaden, you're going to fight for 30 seconds. Get your belly. Head up. Head up. It's unbelievable. It's literally unbelievable.
Hey, Jack.
He said he doesn't even need like a bug like me to bring stuff in for him.
Back to hand.
Phillipsburg, Matt D'Onofrio, winner by fall, 2 minutes 58 seconds. Now wrestling for Washington, Tyler McCaffrey. For Phillipsburg, David Pearson.
Why are you attacking, okay? Hey. Copy me. Keep working it back. Walk it back. Walk the right back. Keep going. Cross face hard. Here you go, Jim. Right, come on. Here you go. Hook the leg. Hook the leg. Run it. Yep. Like the knee. Lock it up. Run it again. Plant your right hand on that. On his head to your head. Grab his tricep. Plant your right hand on that. Plant it. How about you?
For one period, Tyler McCaffrey leads 2-0. For 2 periods, Tyler McCaffrey leads 3-0.
Top here, Tyler.
I don't think it would have
3-0. Now wrestling for Washington, Tyler O'Neill, and for Phillipsburg, Dawson McWilliams.
Good job, Ty. Good job. It's up. It's up. You okay? How your scores here? Good, Ty. Thanks, Tyler.
For one period, Tyler O'Neill leads 4-3.
What school did you go
For 2 periods, Tyler O'Neill leads 7-3.
Good. Wrist control there. 4-1. Good, good, good.
Tyler O'Neill wins by decision 9-4.
Alright, you guys ready? Go. Let's go.
also is going to get you the headset, and so you can work on it with whatever you need, chords or whatever, for the beginning of the season. I told him, quit being so tight with your money. And he says, why is it Jared has to ask me? Why don't you ask me for something? I said, no, Jared's the man, whatever he needs. He's worried about next year. He don't want you to go away, Jared.
That's just how you live. Oh, take all what you never do. Should've known you was true from the first kiss. Can't your eyes wide open? Why were they open? Gave you one hand and tossed it in the trash. Tossed it in the trash. To give me all your love is all I ever ask. 'Cause what you don't understand is I catch you relate. Throw my hand on the paper, yeah. I jump in front of a train, you know I'd do anything, I would go through all this pain to get my friend through my brain. Yes, I put down for you, baby, but you won't do the same.
From the brand new Phillipsburg High School Gymnasium on the campus of Phillipsburg High School in Lopatcong Township, New Jersey, StatelinerSports.com proudly presents the 6th annual Pin Cancer for a Cure. As tonight, the Stateliners will play host to Washington. Good evening, everyone. I'm Mike Moore, and along with Jim Meglick, we'll be bringing you all the hold-by-hold of tonight's matchup. Very pleased to be joined with us right off the bat by Dan Trementozzi. Dan is the CEO and the founder of Pin Cancer for a Cure, and all the proceeds from tonight's event go to building awareness on all types of cancer, as well as research initiatives at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Dan, welcome to StatelinerSports.com.
Thanks for having me. This is awesome.
Tell us how it all started.
Yeah, so just a short 7 years ago. It started when I graduated college. Unfortunately, it started when I got the news that my mom been diagnosed with cancer, and being heavily involved in the wrestling community still, wanted to do something. And what turned into, what started out as a small grassroots program up in North New Jersey, particularly around Kittatinny area, grew into a nationwide nonprofit for, in the wrestling community. And what you're seeing here tonight is our longest running Pin Cancer event, and definitely the most exciting.
Now, you've turned this from just a North Jersey type operation into something that's national. How'd you do it?
a lot of it was online. So in today's age, you know, everyone has a phone connected to their hand, and we understood that. And in order to reach, you know, the entire country, we knew that we couldn't really get in a bus or on a plane all the time. So we went online, created some avenues for wrestlers to get involved, and you know, we've seen a great response because of it. And I think that's where the majority of our growth has been online. It's been awesome to watch.
Now tell us how easy it would be for someone at home or a wrestler who's listening tonight to get involved online.
Yeah, so it's as easy as going to pincancer.org and signing up for one of our online fundraisers. The first one is during the wrestling season. It's called Wrestle for a Cure. And any wrestler can go on there and create their own fundraising page and then share their page online, collect donations, and in the process, they're going to earn some pretty awesome Pink Cancer gear. The second one is a new one we're going to be releasing this year. It's a Pledge It program, and it's going to allow teams creating their own campaigns online where their fans can donate any dollar amount they want for every pin that team records in a season or a month or, say, during a wrestling match or a tournament.
So how much have you been able to raise so far, and tell us about where the proceeds go?
Sure. So since the inception, we have generated about a little over $1.5 million. The majority of it has gone to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital in Tennessee, which I've been blessed to go visit twice and be a part of that community, which is really awesome to see. I think the wrestling community does a great job being that we're putting the power in the kids' hands and not really the parents asking for the donation. So the motivation's definitely there when you have kids helping sick kids. As for these two teams, they, as you mentioned, 6 years straight. I think they will have raised close to $25,000 through this event, which is phenomenal. It is definitely the most we've had by any two teams, you know, hosting an event like this.
You were telling me before we went on the air tonight that, in particular, a story about an 8-year-old youth wrestler in Missouri.
Yeah, so Miles Putman, if you go to pinkcancer.org, you'll see his face kind of splattered all over our website, and that was kind of a congratulations to him for raising the most funds out of any wrestler in the country. And he's 8 years old. He's from Missouri. His mom is battling breast cancer. I believe she is in remission now. And you know, they took the initiative to get their team involved, and he raised over $13,000 a year ago.
Well, Dan, thanks a lot for taking the time to talk to us. We're happy to be a part of Pin Cancer Wrestle for a Cure tonight.
Thanks for having me. You guys are doing a great job covering this. I do want to plug one event, which is our Pin Cancer Nationals. It is coming up August 12th and 13th right in Easton, Pennsylvania.
Well, everyone within the sound of our voice knows where that is. You wrestled in the pit for Kittatinny. You wrestled at Phillipsburg. You missed the competition?
I do. I'm glad that I'm involved with this organization because it keeps me in it. I coached for a long time, and I definitely miss being on the mat. My body is getting a little bit older, so I don't miss my knees hurting, but as for the most part, definitely miss the excitement and the competition, yes.
Thank you very much for stopping by, and good luck with the event tonight. All right, everyone is standing now for the singing of our national anthem, Ashley Rashan from Phillipsburg High School. Our national anthem from Phillipsburg High School. All right, we'll get to our our lineups, and we're going to go with the lightweights right up number 1 through 14 through the heavies. Our opening match will be a pair of freshmen, Walker Heller of Washington, Logan Matsko of Phillipsburg. Then Greg Slifka of Washington will face Phillipsburg's Cullen Day. Third match, Shane Reynolds in from Delaware Valley for the event tonight will face Phillipsburg's Luke Harden. Logan Nauta of Warren Hills will meet the Stateliners' Travis Jones. Kyle Wolf of Washington against Phillipsburg freshman Tyler Marison. Wolf, a senior. Chris Oster of Warren Hills will face Phillipsburg's Jarrett Kukor. Cameron Nauta of Warren Hills against Kyle Tino of Phillipsburg in a battle of veterans. Gear Nemeth of Washington against Phillipsburg junior Jason Zinsmeister. Pedro Cruz of Washington will meet the Stateliners' Brian Meyer, state place winner a year ago. Freshman Logan Polcari of Washington against Phillipsburg senior Lance Wissing, who missed the end of last season with an ankle injury. Nick Hildebrandt of Washington in another battle of veterans against Phillipsburg Shamir Broders. Junior Dave Schaefer of Washington against Phillipsburg junior Austin Roth. Nick Galka of Washington against Phillipsburg sophomore Cody Krutz. And we will wrap it up with Brandon Prados, Pocono Mountain East, wrestling in a Washington uniform tonight against Phillipsburg senior Patrick Sharp. So the Stateliners will be coming out in this season ahead, having lost 3-time state place winner Robert Meliz and the career pin leader, and 105 career match and dependable bonus point winner Drew Horan to graduation, along with district place winners Tyrus Manley and Dan Fisher. Combined, they paced the Stateliners to a 16-1 dual meet record, including just one loss in New Jersey, a Group 4 championship, and a number 4 ranking in the coaches poll. So, Jim, are you ready for mid-season form tonight?
This is a little different here. Midsummer wrestling match, and they're just announcing the heavyweights right now, or bout number 14 as they're going to be called tonight by bout number. Looking forward to this. We got to watch the midgets wrestle earlier, which was entertaining. A lot of young talent, and Phillipsburg won that 36-24. Referees for tonight's Pin Cancer are Joe Benvenuto, Frank Leitner, and Chip Kastner. They're out there now with the coaches, Dave Post, Jared Hosbach. They did the flip. It went Warren Hill's way. And this only has to be decided with who gets choice now for the second period. We're going to go 1.5, 1.5, 1.5 for the match tonight.
Frank Leitner is going to get the opening bout between freshman Walker Heller of Washington and Logan Matsko of Phillipsburg. The Stateliners and Warren Hills will be in action this weekend at the Warren County Farmers Fair. That is a dual meet tournament event. And then Phillipsburg next weekend will be at the Thousand Island Duels, as in on a quick single leg takedown as Matsko to lead 2-0. Wraps that left hand tight waist around the right side, barring the right arm of Walker Heller. Reaches inside for the left wrist. Up on his toes to take him over with the bar. And the fall comes in 26 seconds with a bar for Logan Matsko. And Phillipsburg's on top 6-0.
That was very good, Mike, right there. You are in form. 26 seconds looking at the clock because we're used to 2 minutes, and we saw a minute 4 up there. So you're ready to go here. StatelinerSports.com.
Greg Slifka out for Washington. Sophomore, 9-21 a year ago. And Phillipsburg's Cullen Day, a senior, 33-9.
These two met last year for Pin Cancer 2016, where Warren Hills defeated Phillipsburg 28-24, and Day was a winner by fall in 53 seconds.
He has himself a takedown. Leads 2-0. Riding out the right side. Traps the left wrist. Wants to step across and turn Slivka left to right. Now wants to sit atop the bar on the left side. Joe Benvenuto, the referee for this bout. Got some bright sunshine sneaking in the back here of Phillipsburg High School. Down to 20 seconds to go here in the first. Day has that right leg trapped, gives up on that. Now wants to reach for a cross-face cradle. Take the right elbow back to the knee, reaching inside the right knee, trying to lock that up with 3 seconds to go. And Cullen Day of Phillipsburg will have a 2-0 lead over Washington's Greg Slivka after 1.
These two met during the season last year also, and Cullen Day was a technical fall winner over Slivka, 17-1.
Day gets set, hands and knees, right hand tight waist by Slivka. Day stands, he is out in 4 seconds, and the Stateliner senior has a 3-0 lead. Cullen Day, a District 9 champion a year ago, and a Region 3 runner-up. 50 career wins for the Stateliners. Tries to spin around to Slivka's right, blocked off. Reaches for the right leg. Can't pull it in. Now ties up Slivka's right wrist. Right on the edge of the mat in front of our StatelinerSports.com cameras. Trying to set up a spin or a shrug. Day with his head out the right side. Shrugs. And at the edge of the mat, it will have himself a takedown as they go off right in front of us at 35 seconds to go in the second. A 5-0 lead for Cullen Day.
Day drugged the toes right there as he got behind Slivka. Just needed to bring him to the mat. Drug his toes for the second takedown, 5-0. 30 seconds to go, second period.
Riding out the right side. Tries to pull the left wrist across the body. Slivka trying to free that wrist. Trying to pry the hands apart. Day rolls him on through. Cannot expose the shoulder for some back points. See if he tries to hazard tilt him again. Now bars the left arm as the second period ends with Cullen Day on top 5-0. Slivka will be underneath to start the third. Day traps that left wrist. Riding out the right side. Both teams in the pin cancer singlets. Day in the red and black on top. Has that left wrist trapped out the left side. Now wants to sit on top of it. Reinforcing a bar. Now just has the left arm barred. Up on his toes. Trying to drive Silva over to his right. Takes the right wrist. Up on his toes to turn Slivka, 1 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Trying to get more, all that he can now on the left shoulder. Has the 3 back points. Joe Benvenuto looking in on top at that left shoulder. Day trying to pick up under the chin. More on that left side. 12 seconds to go in the bout. Day with a body press. Slivka trying to bridge his way off of this. 5 seconds to go. He got the fall with 4 seconds remaining. So that's 4:26 on the fall for Cullen Day. So we're through 2. And Phillipsburg leads Washington 12-0. Shane Reynolds will be out for Washington. Sophomore 0-1 against Phillipsburg junior Luke Harden. 1-0 on the State Liner varsity a year ago. Reynolds was 0-1 for the Terriers. Del Valle among the teams that'll be at that Thousand Island wrestling tournament next weekend. Nazareth in that along with Phillipsburg, Boundbrook, Del Valle. Reynolds reached for the left leg, then Harden tried to spin his way around to the right, blocked off by Reynolds. Chip Kastner, the referee for this one. Reynolds reaches for the right leg, can't pull it in. Harden missed on a headlock. Now he has a front head and arm, loses that. Dives in at a leg and Reynolds sprawls. Reynolds underhooks the right shoulder. Harden up to his feet at the edge of the mat. And off they go. We are stationed a little bit more to the west than usual, right in front of the home stands. Say the stands are maybe 8-10 feet back. Trying to give the home fans a little more pit-like atmosphere. Harden looking to set up a bear hug or a throw, and he throws Reynolds to his back, and he got the fall in 1:28. Through 3, Phillipsburg is on top 18-0.
Well, Chip was the referee for that third bout. You know, everybody's in a joking manner tonight. You know, we're here for the cancer cause. And I said to Chip, Chip, why would you go out third? He said, it's just one less bout I've got to ref then, he said, with 14 bouts. So he knew what he was doing. He also claimed the seniority. But I don't know if he's got seniority over Joe Benvenuto. Joe Benvenuto's been around a long time.
If I was a betting man, I would say that Joe has seniority. All right, Travis Jones of Phillipsburg and Logan Nauta of Washington as Jones gets in on the left leg. Nauta trying to take Jones off his base. Reaches underneath behind the left thigh of Jones, and a stalemate is called by referee Frank Leitner.
So these two met last year for Pin Cancer, and Logan Nauta was an 8-7 winner. And then the two met during the season, and Travis Jones majored Logan Nauta 17-4.
Jones has the right arm. Now looking for a front head and arm. I would say Travis Jones last year, as he tries to set up a shrug here, from December through March, probably the most improvement of any state liner.
Yeah, we said that numerous times on the air last year.
In a scramble, Nauta near a takedown. Now Jones is still behind the right knee. Jones trying to spin around to Nauta's left. Still no advantage. Nauta trying to throw the legs in for control. Frank Leitner says no advantage. Under 20 seconds to go in the first. Nauta's up a little high. There's the takedown. Dave Post says no way. He's trying to stack up. Jones is trying to come out the side. Jones near a reversal and gets it with under 2 seconds to go. It's 2-2 after 1. I must say, I agree with Dave Post on that one. The call may have been a little too hasty because at the end of that scramble, Jones was on top.
I got to say, if Frank was going to give that takedown, I thought it was a few seconds earlier that he actually had better control at the time than when he did give it. But regardless, we're 2-2 after 1.
Jones underneath, reaching back for Nauta's leg, is trying to set up a Peterson. Jones leaning back into Nauta. Nauta with a half on Jones, trying to snap Jones back. Jones turning in, and Jones will get a reversal. He leads 4-2, just under a minute to go in the second. Second reversal for Travis Jones, a District 9 champ a year ago. Fourth in the region. He was 29-15 last season. 27-12. 29-15 in his career. Jones riding very good on top.
Yeah, and that's what prevailed him to the major last year when the two met during the season. He turned Nauta for 9 back points during that match.
Controlling the right wrist. Trying to tilt Nauta to his right. Nauta bridging. And Jones stays right with him, picks up a pair of back points and leads 6-2.
Well, the one thing I do remember is this second period is coming to an end with Jones leading 6-2. We talked last year a lot of times about how Jones gets in predicaments and he gets in situations where you think, wow, is he going to come out of it? And he comes out usually smelling like roses.
Going to be neutral, the choice of Nauta in the third. Nauta trying to get in on Jones's right leg. Coming out the back door. Takedown for Nauta. It is 6-4 in favor of Travis Jones. Stopped potentially dangerous by referee Frank Leitner. Travis Jones finishing third in the Hurricane tournament last December, second in the Hunterdon Sussex Warren, and was honorable mention at LehighValleyLive.com at the end of the season. Jones on top 7-4 after the escape here. Jones picking up on the legs. Still no advantage here. I think both of these guys are very comfortable in scrambles, and there's a takedown for Jones. He goes up 9-4.
Yeah, Jones was able to get in on a single and then work his arm across the body and then came out on top for his first takedown. He's got 2 reversals and 2 backs for the 9-4 lead.
Jones wants to try and snap him back, throws him to his back. Body press for Travis Jones as Frank Leitner looks in at that right shoulder. 13 seconds to go here in the bout. It's going to give Jones a major if he can hang on here, 12-4. But there's going to be 3 back points and then the reversal, so that'll take the major away. The back points made it 12-4. The reversal a 12-6. Very entertaining bout between Logan Nauta of Washington, Travis Jones of Phillipsburg. Through 4, and it's Phillipsburg 21 and Washington nothing.
Well, Jones right there, just when you think he's going to settle just for the being on top and riding a little bit, and boy, he just threw him right to his back, and Nauta did a great job of not giving up and got 2 team points back right there. I mean, didn't give up the major, so Phillipsburg 21-0 after 4 bouts as we go to the 5th bout of 14.
Kyle Wolf for Washington, a senior, 28-12. And Phillipsburg, freshman Tyler Marison off the mat right in front of our StatelinerSports.com microphones. Just joined us, bout number 5 of 14. And Phillipsburg leading 21-0. Wolf is in on Marison's left leg. Marison in a sitting position. Will give up the takedown. Wolf on top, 2-0. Wolf trying to lock up a standing cradle. Gets Wolf down to his knees. Wolf riding out the right side. As Marison tries to control that right wrist so he can't lock up anything. Now he wants to reach crossface as Marison stands and they're off the mat in front of the scorer's table across the way at 37 seconds.
Wolf a year ago wrestled Tyrus Manley. Manley graduated. He pinned him during the pin cancer and then defeated Manley during the season 5-1.
Warren Hills was the District 12 champ last year in that realignment. Phillipsburg and Warren Hills no longer in the same district. They were both in Region 8-3. 2-1 lead here for Kyle Wolf. In on Marison's left leg again. Marison locking around Wolf's left arm. Now reaches back for a leg. Tried to hip across. There's a takedown for Wolf. And he's ahead 4-1 after one.
Yeah, Wolf got his second takedown with 4 seconds to go.
Kyle Wolf was a two-time district runner-up, goals tournament runner-up a year ago, and finished 4th in the Hunter and Sussex Warren. He was 24-11 in the 2016 season, and again 28-12 last year. Wolf underneath to start the second, and he's got a reversal and leads Marison 6-1. Marison stands, he's out at 6-2. Marison taps at the head of Wolf. Wolf sporting pads on both knees. Marison has one on his right knees. They're off the mat to our right. Wrestling periods of 1.5 minutes tonight. And again, these two teams will both be in action on Saturday at the Warren County Farmers Fair tournament. Used to be an individual tournament, now it's a team event. Off the mat at 38 seconds in the second.
Yeah, I heard there's 5 teams there for the Farmers Fair tournament.
Wolf in on the left leg, and he's got himself a takedown. Leads 8-2. Kyle Wolf has 3 takedowns and a reversal for his 8. Tyler Marison, a pair of escapes for his 2. Marison is out again. 8-3. Final 10 seconds here of the second. Wolf in on the left leg. Marison hopping up and down on that right foot. 2 seconds. 1. And Wolf unable to finish. 8-3 after 2. Neutral. The choice from Marison here in the third. Wolf get in on the left leg. Now trying to take both legs over top. Marison reaching behind the right knee. Now trying to pick up on the right ankle. Wants to take Wolf off his base. Stalemate called with 1:02 to wrestle.
Nice crowd here, Mike. What are you thinking? 900,000 people, maybe?
We're in that neighborhood. I think if I remember correctly, capacity is about 3,400 on both sides. We've got one side pretty full.
2350. Isn't it 2350 for capacity?
Just don't have that note right in front of me.
I thought it was 2350.
Wolf with a takedown to go up 10-3.
Well, we'll have them stats when we get back on the air in December.
I think we have a couple of, 1 or 2 duels before the holidays this year. Wolf is going to surrender the escape. 10-4. With 35 seconds to go, he'd like to get himself a takedown and build to a major. Tried to step through. On the edge, off they go in front of the Phillipsburg bench. 26 seconds to go. Wolf with a hand behind the head of the neck of Marison, trying to snap him down. 15 seconds to go. Tried to throw. He's got the takedown. Wolf has a takedown, is built to the major. It's 12-4 off the mat with 5.5 seconds remaining. So Marison needs to try and fire out here and avoid the major. He is ready. Wolf, left hand tight waist, right elbow. Marison sits. Wolf tried to check him back. That'll be a 12-4 major decision for Kyle Wolf, who puts Washington on the board. It's Phillipsburg through 5. Phillipsburg 21 and Washington 4. In our 6th bout, Chris Oster for Washington, a junior, 14 and 11. And this will be Phillipsburg freshman Jared Kukor. Kukor, sophomore. Tries to snap down in the head of Oster. Wrestle 20 seconds, no advantage. Jared Oster not in the Washington lineup tonight. There's a power shrug by Kukor. Could not keep his left leg in there to get the takedown. Now Oster is trying to come out the back door. And then Kukor tried to hip up and over him and got caught in a cradle. Oster has Kukor cradled. Kukor breaks the cradle. That's a 5-point play. 5-0 for Oster, who's up a little high. He's got the right leg in on Kukor. Trying to take Kukor off his base. Again, Oster's up a little high. If Kukor can come out the back. Keeps that right leg in. Now may have a spladle. As the period comes to an end. 5-0 Oster on the 5-point play.
Well, Kukor looked like he was going to get the takedown. He just got a little bit antsy and kind of shifted his weight up, and that got Oster in a position to get the 5-point play, and that's what he leads by, 5-0 after 1.
Gets that right leg in right away. Reaching behind the left knee, trying to set up that spladle again. Chip Kastner, the referee for this bout. Now Oster trying to work a power half. Trying to turn Kukor to his right. Chip Kastner looking in. Not able to break the plane. Kukar's up, or excuse me, Oster's up a little high. Kukor trying to trap Oster's right leg in a Peterson. At the edge, he's got himself a reversal with under 30 seconds to go here in the second. 5-2 now in favor of Oster of Washington. Kukar chopping at the left elbow. They're off the mat in front of the State Liner bench. 15 seconds.
You mentioned his brother Jarrett not in the lineup tonight, but he's sitting on the bench next to Coach Hossbach right now.
Two-time district champ, two-time region place winner. 30-12 last year was Jared Oster. Final 10 seconds here. Kukar trying to ride it out, trailing 5-2. And he will. The choice is going to be Oster's in the third. He's going to go underneath. Wrestlers with the headgear option tonight. Kukar electing to go without. Now there was talk, Jim, and I don't know if they enacted it or not, but that it might go optional in college for the whole season.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I don't remember if that got approved. I remember it being up for discussion. Kukar power half got up a little high. Oster trying to shake him off. Kukar has him flattened out now. And he's going to get back, maintain control. Now at the right side. He's got the underneath the right arm. Oster trying to trap that left wrist.
He's got a cradle.
Maybe a little too far out in front to do anything with it, and a stalemate's called at 25 seconds.
Yeah, so far Phillipsburg, this is the 6th wrestler, all of them without headgear so far tonight.
I don't even know if I see any headgear over in the bench
I'm looking
area.
over there too. I'm looking at Tino that's warming up for next, and Zinsmeister, and neither one of them have it on either.
15 seconds to go in this one. Kuko riding out the right side. Now he's going to be able to ride out Chris Oster, but not turn him. And the final will be 5-2 for Chris Oster of Washington. We are through 6. Phillipsburg 21, Washington 7. Cameron Nauta for Washington against Kyle Tino in our 7th bout of the night. Tino last year was 15-17. Nauta was 13-10. Kyle Tino will be in likely his 3rd year as a starter. Nauta looking for a high crotch, trying to pick up the left leg. Tino's able to snap his leg free. Both wrestlers going without the headgear in this bout. Tino trying to work a front head and arm. They break apart. 50 seconds to go as they go off the mat here in a scoreless first.
Tino a year ago in the pin cancer was defeated by Matt Valley 9-4, and Cam Nauta defeated Lance Wissing 4-3.
Lance Wissing will be in the lineup. Tino's in on the right leg, picks up Nauta, drops him down, turns him with a half. Got too far out in front. Not going to get any back points out of that. Nauta stands. Tino trips him back down. Well, the Stateliner Jr. on top 2-0 and riding out the left side.
Well, he was looking for that half when he was bringing Nauta right to the mat. He knew what he wanted, just wasn't able to turn him as we're down to the final 6 seconds here to go in the first period.
Off the mat in front of the Stateliner bench and Coach Dave Post, who will be starting his 8th year at the helm. 112 wins against 18 defeats. 2-time Express Times, LehighValleyLive.com Coach of the Year. Tino's able to ride out the first period with a 2-0 lead. Kyle finishing 2nd in the district last year. Cam Nauta has a pair of 3rd place district finishes. Neutral here in the 2nd. In on the left leg is Tino. Trying to switch to a double. Tried to pick those legs over top his head. Nauta takes Tino off his base, and then snapped down by Tino. Just kind of cupped him under the chin and snapped him down for a takedown to go up 4-0. Tino looked like he was going to give up the takedown.
Yeah, I don't know how he actually got his arm around the chin of Nauta right there to snap him around. It was almost like a half-hearted cement mixer there.
Tino will give up the escape. Leads 4-1. 30 seconds to go here in the 2nd. Nauta ties up Tino's left wrist. 15 seconds to go, and there's a takedown for Nauta. 4-3, Tino here in the second.
Nice job by Nauta right there, trapping the ankle of Tino for that takedown.
Trying to tilt him to his left. Second period comes to an end. Tino on top, 4-3. And Nauta will take underneath up, and Tino is going to surrender the escape. So we are 4-4 in the third. Tino has 2 takedowns for his 4. Nauta has a takedown and 2 escapes. Tino reaching for the left leg, can't pull it in. Tino's in on the right leg behind the knee, trying to switch to a double, and has himself a takedown. 6-4 lead for Phillipsburg's Kyle Tino. Has the right leg in. Weight on top of the back of Washington's Cam Nauta. Frank Leitner looking in. He stops that potentially dangerous at 55 seconds. The world's toughest sport is taking on the world's toughest opponent. That's on the back of the singlets here in this Pin Cancer event.
Yeah, and you got Pin Cancer going down the right side of the singlet and Wrestle for a Cure on the left side.
Tino reaching back with a thigh pry. Sneaks a look up at the clock. We're down to 40 seconds. And Tino with a 6-4 lead. Picks up on the right ankle to flatten out Cam Nauta, trying to bar the left arm. Has the arm barred, reaches inside for the right wrist. Going to try and turn him to his right. Up on his toes. Under 10 seconds to go here in the bout. And Kyle Tino will stay right there and use a third period takedown for a 6-4 decision. Halfway through, Phillipsburg 24 and Washington 7. Stateliners have 3 falls, 2 regular decisions. Washington has a major and a regular decision. As in this 8th bout, it'll be Gear Nemeth for Washington, a sophomore 0-1 varsity a year ago. And Jason Zinsmeister for Phillipsburg, a junior, 14-14. Zinsmeister had a very tough draw last year in the districts. Able to come out with a 3rd place finish. Tries to work a throw at the edge. He's got a takedown and they're off front of the Washington bench. Zinsmeister ahead 2-0.
You know, we talked about Travis Jones being very aggressive on top. Here's another wrestler for Phillipsburg that's very aggressive on top. Zinsmeister, definitely his best position is offense. As he leads 2-0 with that opening takedown. We're down to 56 seconds to go in that first period. Phillipsburg out in front, 24-7, halfway through.
Riding out the right side, traps the right leg of Nemeth. Reaching now behind the left knee, gives up on that. Thigh prying the left side. Nemeth stands. Zinsmeister brings him back down. 20 seconds to wrestle in the first. Rides out the right side. Jason Zinsmeister is going to ride out the first period. The Stateliner Junior has a 2-0 lead. Have to see who has the disc. Frank Leichner says it's going to be Warren Hill's choice. They defer. Zinsmeister will go underneath to start the second.
Joe Benvenuto looking over to the table for a little help there from Mike Weilman, Brad Wilson, or one of the other refs here.
Escape for Zinsmeister. Tried to work a throw, spins back the other way, gets the takedown. Zinsmeister's on top, 5-0. Was that Chip explaining that they are not in midseason form? Was that it?
I'm not going to tell Chip you even said that. He already told us ahead of time. I don't want no bad remarks about me tonight.
Zinsmeister pressures on the right elbow. Has that left leg trapped. Right hand thigh pry. Now trying to pick up on the right ankle and flatten out Nemeth. Zinsmeister takes a look at the clock. 30 seconds to go here in the second.
Yeah, that's one comment we do get from a lot of referees. They always come up to us and say, hey, I don't want to hear nothing bad about me tonight or whatever. And they always say they go home and listen to StatelinerSports.com to hear what we had to say. And then they realize that, we're pretty positive with what they do. They have a tough job out there, and we appreciate what they do.
You do have to tell, you have to tell it like it is.
You do.
I don't, if I don't like the call, or I have to explain one of the coaches doesn't like the call, which is usually, that's all the calls.
That's usually every period of every match.
5-0 Zinsmeister after 2, and they are neutral in the third. Zinsmeister with a pair of takedowns and an escape. I've seen a lot in college, Jim. All the challenges, going over to look at the video, and I mean, there's a takedown for Zinsmeister at 7-0. I mean, it's important to get it right, and I'm in favor. Do what you got to do to get it right. But the challenge system in college, I really don't like.
Yeah.
7-1 Zinsmeister after the takedown and then an escape, looking for a bear hug. As Nemeth dives in on Zinsmeister's leg, Zinsmeister sprawls, trying to work a butt drag. Nemeth keeps Zinsmeister's right leg. Zinsmeister able to horse that free, spins around behind to Nemeth's right, and Zinsmeister has a takedown.
Now he's built to the major. He built to the major with that takedown. That was his fourth of the match.
Under 20 seconds to go. Zinsmeister keeping his weight high on the back of Nemeth. And Jason Zinsmeister is going to get himself a major. It is a 9-1 final. We are through 8. It's Phillipsburg 28 and Washington 7. First major for Phillipsburg. Pedro Cruz of Washington against Phillipsburg State Place winner Brian Meyer. Brian Meyer, a senior, 39-8. Pedro Cruz is a senior, 5-14 a year ago. Talking to Dave Post, Brian Meyer has taken a couple of visits to Princeton and to Penn. And he told me that Lehigh looked at him a couple years ago. And there's a takedown for Meyer. Ahead 2-0. Meyer chops at the left elbow. Not a lot of weaknesses in Brian Meyer's game. And we were talking earlier about Travis Jones being the most improved last year from December through March, and the improvement that Brian Meyer made as a freshman from December through March. You knew he was going to be a good one.
Yeah, he's one of the state liners that definitely excelled each year. And boy, we talk about the people. We talked about Meyer. We talked about Zinsmeister. Jones on top and Zinsmeister on top. Meyer on his feet is incredible.
Trying to work a hazard tilt. Now it's a bar to the left arm. Did get 2 back points on that, and they're off the mat. 4-0 for Brian Meyer. 92 career wins. Last year, I think, a very satisfying 3rd place in the state tournament. He got knocked out of the championship bracket by Nick Santos of St. Peter's Prep. And then in the consolation final, came back and pinned him. Santos had beaten Meyer by a point on the championship bracket quarters. And then Meyer fought his way all the way back to the consi final and pinned Santos, trying to tilt him. First period ends 4-0 lead for Brian Meyer of Phillipsburg. Meyer will go underneath to start the second. Brian, 20 wins as a freshman, 33-10 as a sophomore, 39-8 last year. Stands, trying to pry the hands apart. He's out in 9 seconds, and Meyer leads 5-0. Wrestlers tie up near the edge. Meyer almost able to convert an ankle pick as they go off. Brian last year was a District 9 and Region 3 champ, on his way to finishing 3rd in the state. In and a double, now picks up and drops Cruz to the mat to lead 7-0. Takes that left wrist. Off the mat they go in front of the scorer's table at 38 seconds. Robert Malise among the spectators tonight. Robert will be heading to Dubuque University in Iowa. That's a Division III school. As Meyer works a tilt. Chip counting out the back points. Got 2 back points coming. 2 backs for Meyer. He leads 9-0. Final 10 seconds here of the second. Has that left arm trapped as the period comes to an end. 9-0. Brian Meyer.
Coach Hosbach told me earlier that Warren Hill's rebuilding for the next couple of years. They lost 11 seniors last year. 7 of the seniors were on varsity. And that's tough at any level to come back from. So he's relying on these younger kids that we saw earlier in the midget programs to come up and make a name for themselves at Warren Hills in the future.
Cruz dove in. Meyer spinning around behind for a takedown to go up 11-0. Trying to work a tilt. He's got him on his back. Chip Kastner is looking in, and the fall for Brian Meyer. 3 minutes and 27 seconds for Brian Meyer, and we're through 9. It is Phillipsburg 34 and Warren Hills 7. Stateliners' 4th fall. Logan Polcari, a freshman for Warren Hills, will face Phillipsburg senior Lance Wissing, 3-5 last year. Warren Hills, Jim finished 2nd to Cranford in North Jersey Section 2 Group 3. Lost to Cranford 33-22, and that's the New Jersey team that beat Phillipsburg last year. Wissing dives in a double, has a takedown, he's got to try and pull him back onto the wrestling surface. They are off the mat, 2-0 Wissing.
Yeah, Phillipsburg looking to get revenge on Cranford this year, and all the talk, it seemed like in the gym here today, was all about the Phillipsburg-Raritan match that's going to take place this year, and that's one where they think is going to be the difference in the polls.
Wissing bars an arm, has him on his back, and gets the fall. 25 seconds for Lance Wissing. Through 10, Phillipsburg 40, and Washington 7. Warren Hills losing to graduation, Jim. Matt Valley, district champ and a region 3rd. Zach Nauta, district champ and a region 6. Talon Zafis, district runner-up and a region 5. And Rashawn Wade Taylor finished 4th in the region. Brody Oberly, a region 5th. So they've got, a lot of talent to replace, and they're going to be a young team in 2017-18. Shamir Broders of Phillipsburg and Nick Hildebrandt here in our 11th bout. Broders a senior, 6-15. Hildebrandt's a sophomore, 5-11 a year ago. Hildebrandt was trying to work an arm drag. Broders fought that off. Broders now tried to snap down in the head. Broders reaches for the right leg, tries to snap down Hildebrandt. Back up on their feet.
Broders a year ago at Pin Cancer was a 11-4 decision winner over Kyle Henderson of Warren Hills.
Oh, he's going to try and work a throw. Ended up giving up a takedown to Hildebrandt. And the Washington sophomore has a 2-0 lead. Broders stands, tries to tear at those hands right in front of our StatelinerSports.com microphones, and they're off the mat at 6.4 seconds. Broders getting set. Now Hildebrandt. Hildebrandt is going to ride out the first period ahead 2-0. This Phillipsburg and Washington / Warren Hills series began 1946-47. Phillipsburg with a 54-14 advantage in the series. Broders underneath to start the second. And Hildebrandt ended up too high and over top. Broders has a reversal, and it's 2-2. So a pair of mistakes by each wrestler has led to all the scoring. Hildebrandt has an escape. Now leads Broders 3-2.
And Phillipsburg leads 4-1 as far as the Pin Cancer matches. Warren Hills getting that win last year, 28-24 over Phillipsburg.
And Phillipsburg won the regular season duel, then 37-24. Phillipsburg has won 31 straight in the series. Last Warren Hills win was 1989-90, 34-30. And Warren Hills in that season beat the Stateliners in the regular season duel. There's a takedown for Broders. He grabs the lead at 4-3. And they beat Phillipsburg in the Group 3 sectional. One of only a couple times that Phillipsburg has not won the sectional. Broders has the left wrist trapped, trying to pull that across the body, loses it. Hildebrandt tries to sit, come out and face Broders. He has an escape. Got that just before the end of the second period. So we're tied at 4-2.
Yeah, that's a big point right there by Nick Hildebrandt, because now it's his choice for the third period, and he's going to go down with the match tied at 4.
Bronner's will cut Hildebrandt in the third. So Hildebrandt has the lead 5-4. They each have a takedown. Bronner's with a reversal for his 4. Hildebrandt with 3 escapes. Bronner's reaches for the right leg, can't pull it in. Now front head and arm. Inside, in on the right leg at the knee, and runs out of room as they go off the mat to our right. 1 minute to go in the bout.
No stalling warnings here tonight.
And I'm not sure really, Jim, that any, had been deserved. So, for a summer outing, although, we're not going 6, we're only going 4.5. Bronner's is in on the left leg, behind the knee. Hands locked behind that. Trying to pick it up. Hildebrandt with pressure on the head of Phillipsburg's Shamir Bronner's. Bronner's trying to pick up that leg. Trying to reach for the right. Grabs the right ankle. Hildebrandt tries to crawl away from him, and Bronner's has the takedown with 16 seconds to go up 6-5, and they're off. And Dave Post saying you got to hold them down.
Yeah, Hildebrandt stood right there and came out to the side, but off the mat they went. He almost got that tying escape.
Bronner's right hand, tight waist, left elbow. Hildebrandt rolls, trying to block off Bronner's, come out and face him. Bronner's trying to hang on here. 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1, and Bronner's will hang on and win it 6-5. We are through 11. Phillipsburg 43 and Washington 7.
Well, that was an entertaining bout right there. Our 11th of 14. Bronner's held on for the 6-5 win with the third period takedown. And now we're going to bout 12 of 14. Phillipsburg 43-7.
Dave Schaefer, Washington Jr., making would be his first varsity appearance. Austin Roth for Phillipsburg, a junior, 5-16. He was trying to work a throw off the mat right in front of us. Chip Kastner, the referee for this one.
We are not going to see a headgear tonight with, I don't believe, with 2 Phillipsburg wrestlers to go. Austin Roth without one in this one.
Bear hug off the mat right in front of our cameras. So Roth, right off the bat, trying to come out. Now he's going to muscle Schaefer, and then he dives in on a leg. Roth has a takedown. Leads 2-0. Reaching inside for the left wrist. Trying to reach through the crotch. Tilt Schaefer to his left. He's got that left arm barred. Sits on top of that. Underhooks the right shoulder. Now he's got the arm barred and at the right shoulder. Driving the bar. Up on his toes, walks that bar. Spinning. Has him over, body press on the left shoulder by Austin Roth. Chip Kastner looking in at that left shoulder. Just under 20 seconds to go. Chip shaking his head no. Trying to reset his weight on that left shoulder. 6 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. 3 back points for Roth. 5-0 after 1. Schaefer did a good job there to avoid the fall.
Yeah, good job bridging right there. And it'll be Schaefer's choice. He defers. Roth will go down with a 5-0 lead.
Phillipsburg has 5 falls, a major, 3 regular decisions. Washington has a major and a regular decision, and Roth has a reversal in 3 seconds. He's up 7-0. Traps the left leg. And then snaps him back for the chin. Chip looking in on that near shoulder. That's the left shoulder. Stopped potentially dangerous by Chip Kastner. 3 back points for Austin Roth. He's up 10-0 in the second. Minute 2 to wrestle here in the second. Left hand tight waist. Traps the left leg, then again takes him under the chin. Has the left arm barred, but he's out the far right side.
Yeah, he needs to sit in with it.
Chips is at a penalty point for 3 backs.
I think his hand came across the chin like in a scraping mode.
3
Inadvertently.
backs. Penalty point is 13-1. Roth trying to pick up on the right ankle. Takes Schaefer off his base. Same move. Traps that leg, tilts him out to his right. He's got 3 back points. That's going to be a technical fall. 3 back to go up 16-1. And that is a technical fall. Time of that approximately.
Yeah, the time kept going.
Time is approximately 1:33, 2 minutes and 40 seconds for Austin Roth. So we head to the 13th bout of the night. Phillipsburg 48 and Washington 7. Nick Galka for Washington. Junior 28-12 last year. Phillipsburg sophomore Cody Krutz, who was 0-7 last season. Phillipsburg tonight with 7 regulars from the lineup a year ago. And Cody Krutz and Lance Wissing, who had some considerable time on the mat, but did not wrestle in the postseason. Galka in on the right leg behind the knee and has a takedown to lead 2-0.
Galka lost to Drew Horan last year in the Pin Cancer 4-2, and then Galka defeated Dan Fisher during the season 3-2.
Controlling the left wrist of Cody Krutz. Joe Benvenuto, the referee for this bout. Galka riding out the right side. Off the mat they go, just to our left at 38 seconds. Galka with pressure on that left elbow, traps the left wrist, reaches inside for that wrist. Trying to take Krutz off his base. Under 20 seconds to wrestle here in the first. Takes the left wrist. Trying to set up a power half. 3 seconds to go. And Nick Galka will be in front 2-0 after 1. Nick last season a District 12 champion, 5th in the region, 3rd in the District 1, the old District 1 as a freshman. Reversal for Galka to start the second. Now leads Phillipsburg's Cody Krutz 4-0. Trying to lock up a cross-face cradle, gives up on that. Galka looking over to the Warren Hills, the Washington bench for some instruction. He has a cross-face cradle. Out the left side. He's going to take him front to back. And he has Cody Krutz. Well, I think he got a 2 count. He did. 2 back points for Gawker to lead 6-0, then an escape for Krutz. It is 6-1. Gawker dives in on Krutz's left leg. Has Krutz in a sitting position. With under 30 seconds to go, Krutz frees the leg off the mat to our right at 23 seconds.
Well, the whole crowd stayed here tonight the whole time. What else do they have to do tonight? I look outside, though, no rain. But the threatening weather brought it inside here tonight. The forecast was just too iffy to even take a chance with the mat, all the equipment, and especially our technical equipment. Jarrett would not be happy if we allowed this to get wet outside.
Second period ends. It is 6-1. And Matt Jarrett would have had to hold umbrellas covering all three of us.
Right. Can't talk and chew gum at the same time, but we're not going to talk and hold an umbrella. So Jarrett saved himself a little bit of extra work.
And you know how I feel about a sloppy scorecard. So a wet scorecard would definitely not make it. Krutz tries to sit, block off. Gawker comes out. 6-2 in the third. State Liners lead this 48-7 in the 13th of 14.
I will say we do need more bouts like this where we know there's no juggling at all, where wrestlers aren't going up weights, and our scorecard, like you said, it gets sloppy as Gawker got another takedown to go up 8-2 and then cut Krutz to make it 8-3.
35 seconds to go. Headlock by Gawker and slipped by Krutz, who's behind him, and Krutz will get a takedown as they go off. So Gawker tried the headlock, he got a little sloppy with that, and Krutz able to counter with a takedown to trail 8-5. Gawker tries to stand. Gets a hand and a wrist behind Krutz's left knee. Krutz is up high. And Gawker's going to come out the back door for a reversal. 10-5, Gawker. Final 5 seconds of this one. So Nick Gawker is going to get Washington's third win. 10-5 is the final. We head to our final bout of the evening. Phillipsburg 48 and Washington 10. And Joe Benvenuto going to finish this one up.
I said Chip didn't want the extra bout tonight, so he was done earlier. And now Joe just looked over at him, and Frank wasn't there, so he said, "Come on, Chip," and Chip said, "Go ahead and take it." So he's got the last bout of the night.
Brandon Prados, Pocono Mountain East, and wrestling for Washington tonight against Patrick Sharp, Phillipsburg senior, who has not wrestled since he was a freshman. Brandon Prados wrestling at Pocono Mountain East for Josh Haynes, the former Phillipsburg assistant coach. Sharp is in on the right leg, dumped him down, but no. He was able to drag the right toes. The toes in the right foot, not the left, and no takedown. And I think Patrick Sharp, very early, establishing himself as a crowd favorite.
Yeah, you would never know that the score was 48-10 right there. You would have thought it came down to this right now. But again, this isn't about who wins and who loses. This is all about cancer, pin cancer, cancer awareness. We definitely need a cure here, and all proceeds are going towards it, and it's just a good cause and a great time to get together for a match tonight for this reason.
Under 30 seconds to go here in the first. Sharp was looking for, picks him up, dumps him down, drives a half, has him on his back. Body press by Sharp, and the fall. Patrick Sharp gets a fall in a minute 13. Quickly establishing himself as a crowd favorite. The final tonight, Phillipsburg 54 and Washington 10. Phillipsburg with 6 falls, a technical fall, a major, and 3 regular decisions. And Washington has a major and 2 regular decisions for their 10.
I just want to say one thing. Chip Kastner just whispered in my ear. I asked him how many years he had. Chip is actually the senior ref here, 40 years. 40 years for the Warhorse here. And he said Frank Leitner was somewhere around 32, 33, and Joe Benvenuto around 30, 31. So
Chip must have started immediately after high school. Good to see you, Chip.
good job, Joe.
Good to see you, Joe.
Referees just came over to the table. Great job tonight, and again, great cause.
We'll recap it for you. We went lightweights through the heavies for the 14. Logan Matsko of Phillipsburg with a fall in 26 seconds over Walker Heller. Cullen Day of Phillipsburg, a fall in 4:26 over Greg Slifka. And the bouts were, we wrestled 3 1.5 periods, so Cullen Day got his fall with just 4 seconds remaining. Luke Harden of Phillipsburg got a fall in 1:28 over Shane Reynolds from Delaware Valley Wrestling with Washington tonight. Travis Jones of Phillipsburg, a 12-6 decision over Logan Nauta. Phillipsburg jumping out in front 21-0. Kyle Wolf of Washington, a 12-4 major over Tyler Marison, Phillipsburg freshman, that made it 21-4. Chris Oster of Washington, a 5-2 decision over Phillipsburg sophomore Jared Kukor, making it 21-7. Kyle Tino of Phillipsburg got a 6-4 decision over Cam Nauta to make it 24-7. Jason Zinsmeister, 9-1 major for the State Liners over Gear Nemeth, make it 28-7. Brian Meyer of Phillipsburg, a fall in 3:27 over Pedro Cruz to make it 34-7. Lance Wissing, a fall in 25 seconds over freshman Logan Polcari to make it 40-7. Shamir Broaders, third period takedown and hanging on for a 6-5 decision over Nick Hildebrand of Washington, 43-7. Austin Roth of Phillipsburg, a technical fall, 16-1 in 2 minutes and 40 seconds over Dave Schaefer to make it 48-7. Nick Galka got Washington's final win, a 10-5 decision over Cody Krutz to make it 48-10. And then Patrick Sharp, State Liner senior, with a fall in 1:13 over Brandon Prados, 54-10. Phillipsburg tonight in this pin cancer event. All the proceeds go to building awareness on all types of cancer, as well as research initiatives at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. And also a cause it's rather near and dear to my heart. I am a 18-year survivor. It was in 1999. At this time, I was in chemotherapy. So, it's a battle that one day the researchers are going to win, and all we can do is try to pour as much funds as we can into that research, and let the people with all the smarts do the work, and someday we'll really pin cancer and have it licked. So they win it. Phillipsburg wins it tonight by the final score of 54-10 in the 6th pin cancer event. Phillipsburg 5-1 in this series over Washington, and both of the teams will be back in action on the weekend. They'll be in the Warren County Farmers Fair, and then Phillipsburg next weekend in the up on the Thousand Island Duels in upstate New York, along with a bunch of teams from the area as they stay in shape and get some wrestling in for the season. So Jim, our thanks to Jared Marcagelli, our outstanding cameraman and broadcast supervising technician. Understand he may have a new title when we come back in September, so we look forward to being back here at Phillipsburg High School and bringing wrestling to you again. So that'll wrap it up here tonight from Phillipsburg High School. Again, the final, Phillipsburg 54 and Washington 10. We'll see you in December on StatelinerSports.com. Good night.